it's an abuse to remain where you are if you don't produce result. So it means if I started with 1,000 naira, by the end of this year it should multiply. And that is part of the packaging. Not packaging, that's part of your DNA. One of the things God has put in you to be able to go forward. I pray for you. You will be productive. The uncommon is always hidden in the common. Anytime you see the common, there is an uncommon thing attached to the common. The extraordinary is inside the extra. The supernatural is inside the natural. No matter how small you are, you have the capacity to become great. Do not allow your environment, by way of introduction of the sermon, to affect your productivity. Your environment has nothing to do with your destination and your future. Our God is a God that will put David in the wilderness, but yet he's made for the palace. David was in the wilderness, but yet inside that common man was the capacity to become a president of a nation. Do not allow your present environment, the one room where you are now, to define where you are going to. To be productive has nothing to do with your physical and current circumstances. Now, the situation where you are is not your conclusion. Your condition is not your conclusion. Joseph was born in an environment where everything seems to be chaotic, in a dysfunctional family, but yet, being the 11th son of Jacob, he had the capacity to become a prime minister, to redeem the whole family from the shackles and burdens and battle and all battles of life. You might be the last born. It doesn't stop you from being productive. Your gender does not stop you from doing the exploit of Deborah and Esther. It doesn't matter whether you are a child, a 7-year-old child, you rule Israel. So hear me, your age is not important as your capacity to think productively. When you know what God has called you, you will not be mindful of what men call you. You are not hearing me. Now, you see, the problem is that you want to shout, you want to be excited, but you don't want to hear. When you know what God has called you, what men call you doesn't mean anything. It's inconsequential. Am I talking to somebody here? Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, I know what God has called me. So what they say about me is irrelevant. Now, you see now, you are not saying it well. Now, when you know what God has called you to be, what they say about you is not who you are. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody? They will always call you all kind of name. But what did God say you are? What He say you are is who you are. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to queens, kings, princess, prince? Am I talking to billionaires? Am I talking to born-again Christians here? Am I talking to people that are washed by the blood of the Lamb? Am I talking to heavenly candidates here who are going to heaven and not hell? Am I talking to people, men with brighter future? Am I talking to married women? Am I talking to sisters that are not dropped out, that are not destitute, that are men and women of future? Am I talking to them? You see, as I'm talking, they are not responding because they don't feel that that's their name. That's who you are. Hear me. What they say is not the definition of who you are. What you say about yourself is the definition of who you are. Inferiority complex is a complex and a point of acceptability of defeat. When you have an inferiority complex, hear what happens to you. You are looking for men for affirmation. You are not affirming yourself. So when you appear in the mirror, you don't believe you are beautiful. You want somebody to affirm to you that you are beautiful. That is a dysfunction in your mentality. So hear me, to get rid of inferiority complex is to first congratulate yourself before somebody congratulates you. It's not pride, it is self-discovery, recovery for resuscitation and revival and establishment. When you watch yourself at the mirror, you tell yourself, my God, look at this beautiful woman, fearfully and wonderfully made. Nobody is like you. You are the best of all the best. You speak to yourself, because that is the first winning point. When you are waiting for people to give you credibility, approval is a function of insanity. Hear me. Who cares what you say and think about me? You are entitled to your opinion. But one thing you cannot do, you can't break the code of how I think about myself. It's not pride. It's a function of self-discovery. Can I talk to everybody here? Oh God. How many times have you tell yourself, speak and repeat after me, I am created in the image of God. Look at how you are talking. You are not saying it well. I am created in the image of God. There can be no two me. There is only one Joshua Iginla. I am the best among my peers. I am created to be a distinctive human being. I am different from any human being. Nobody has my fingerprint. I am the head and not the tail. Everywhere I walk with pride, because I am the apple of God's eye. Long life is my portion. I am handsome. I am beautiful. I am not an apology. I am an arrow. Say it, say it. I know what I carry. I am potential. I have ability. I have capacity. Among my equal, I am the best. Is it sinking? Is it sinking? When you tell me I'm beautiful, I say, yes, I know. It's only a blind person that will see me and not know I'm beautiful. You're not getting me. It's not overconfidence, it's self-discovery. When you tell me I'm intelligent, I know. My antecedents and what I am doing now shows I'm intelligent. I know. Hear me. You don't need people to authenticate you. You don't need people to give you credibility. You were already chosen, approved, appointed, anointed. So no man can disapprove you with their myopic or pinjomic or microscopic mentality. When you give me accolade and you appreciate me, you are just adding more feathers to my feather. I know. When you get to this stage, nobody will deceive you with flattering tongues. Can I talk to my musician? When you compose songs and you hear the song, you tell yourself, I don't need any man to tell me that my song is a hit gospel song. I know, because I cannot carry the Holy Ghost and sing expired song. It is inspired song. I know. Can I preach here? Hey! Not for everybody. Not for everybody. Can I talk to somebody here? Stop looking for people to give you credibility when you are already credible. Am I touching something here? Katabadash. Shout that fire like thunder. Shout it like thunder. Hey! Hey! How do I not wait for any human being to give an approval. The first day when he created what he created, he now looked and said, wow. And the Lord saw that it was good. Until you start seeing yourself as being good, nothing good will come out of you. God himself has the nature of doing something and congratulating himself. And the Lord saw, this is good. Again, and the Lord saw, Genesis 1, you will see, and the Lord saw, it was good. No, you don't need a teacher in destiny to mark you. Mark yourself. The way you measure yourself, by the way you see yourself, is what you will become, not what a prophet prophesied. I can tell you that you are going to be great. As long as you don't see anything great, nothing can be great. Am I too fast? Am I too fast? Can I go further? Tell me I'm credible with a great destiny. I carry destiny. Nobody can stop me because of what I carry. I'm loaded. I will not fail. Say it again, I will not fail. Say it again, I will not fail. I know what I carry, so I cannot fail. Activity is different from productivity. Hard, nothing to show. So you need to be productive. Waking up every morning and coming back in the evening. At the end of 1 month, if there is nothing coming into your account, you are full of activity and not productivity. Hear me. People can insult you. They can abuse you. But your result, close their mouth. When you are result center, you have many friends. You might not be beautiful, you might not be handsome. At their own perception and gather around sugar, because sugar does not need to write letter of invitation to ants. Once your life begin to change, things begin to work. People that you are looking for will look for you. You work to produce result. You work to produce result. Hear me. In economics, there are factors that affect productivity or production. And these factors are very important. And number 1, you say land. Number 2, you say work. Number 3, you say investment, which is capital. And number 4, entrepreneurship. Now, let me start by land, because for productivity to take place, the land must be fertile. And for those of you who read agriculture or study agriculture, you understand that if there are macro and micronutrients on the land, and the land have capacity, every time you plant, the crop will yield. Am I communicating? Now hear me. If you must be productive, you are the land. And if your land is not productive, due to bush burning, over-tilling without shifting cultivation, you understand that the land will lose credibility and capacity. Some of you are not productive as a land. Your land is your mental capacity. If it is not productive, there is nothing we can do. No matter the amount of seed we plant, as long as you think anti-clockwise, you will never produce. My land is my life. How I think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As one of the factors of production and productivity, I ask you, how are you thinking about yourself? How do you think about life? Can I plant an idea in your life that will grow? No amount of prayer and fasting can grow in a land that is completely barren in mentality. The bankruptcy of knowledge and wisdom, it is the invitation somebody overnight to become rich if he is not productive in his idea. How are you thinking now? What kind of land am I preaching to now? Will determine this. Nobody is your problem. You have chosen not to be tilled. You have chosen to be a land that is completely not fertile. Help me and hear me. No matter how a land is productive, work must be put in place for the land to start producing. The farmer must farm. The farmer must farm. The farmer must break hard ground. You have to learn how to break hard ground. Some of you, your foundation is the reason why you are not grown. That's not it. You can come from a poor father, but don't let poverty come from you. You're not getting me. It's not for everybody. You can come from a poor father. Don't let poverty come from you. Change the legacy, change the narrative, change the definition, change the outlook, change it. You are a different land. I'm productive. I'm productive. You work, investment, you put on it. For things to work, I pray for somebody here. Your land will yield. Your land will yield. I said your land will yield. If the amen is louder, somebody is beginning to produce. Five things happen to you when you don't produce result. Number one, stagnancy happens. You become stagnant. 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 Number two, you become a point of insult. Number three, it defines your level of understanding about life increase or the thing you are doing. It shows you have not yet mastered or have mastery in that. Number four, you cannot be a reference point and a rallying point. Can I go further? Now, in the book of Mark, chapter 11, verse 12. Let's start from there, at least. And tomorrow, when we were come to Bethany, he was hungry. And that is talking about Jesus. So it is very possible to be a productive human being and yet be hungry. Hunger is not a definition that you don't have capacity, that you are not productive. So that I don't have money now, it doesn't mean that I'm not productive. Because productivity starts with ideas that might be there in a myopic form, on an atomic form, that it might not look very, very obvious to people, but it doesn't mean I'm not productive. Jesus is omniscient, omnipresent, all powerful, creator of heaven and earth, and he was hungry. You are not the first person that will be hungry. Stop using our hunger to threaten people. I've not eaten. I'm down. You're watching me. Hear me. Every time you are hungry, if you put pressure on your inner capacity, productivity will start. Oppression maketh a wise man, a madman wise. Sometimes when you are not provoked, scared with hunger, you will not think. If you have tested poverty, hunger, stay for 1 week without food, you will not be lazy. Hear me. The The reason why you are lazy is because somebody is giving you money to feed your laziness. When your wife wake up and say, honey, there is no food, your children are saying there's no food, as a man, you will receive sense by force. One of the first level of productivity is hunger. I pray for you. Oh, you are not hearing me well. We are in a generation that young men are no longer hungry. We are in a generation where young men don't know what it takes to be passionate about their destiny. We are in a generation where young men are blaming everybody for the reason why they are not productive, because they want to live like a parasite, ectoparasite, endoparasite, externally and internally, eating on everything around them, never willing, forever learning, but never coming to the knowledge of truths. Hunger. When I finished my school, I told you last week, every time my mother give me food, she will abuse me. When I'm eating, she said, oh, Riboshe Lanye, don't jump. Don't jump. Oh, your mate are walking out here. This is your father's house, not your house. Men, go outside. Men, stop pampering your children that are matured. Allow them to face life. Hunger. When I see some young men who are pastors around me, say, we don't have future. Is it my future or your future? Am I supposed to be your future? I'm to create a platform for you. You are to run. I'm not your future. You are the future. I came here with traveling bag. I know what it means to labor. I worked in ministry not for salary. When you are thinking about salary and not working for God, this is supposed to be the house of God. Where we feed people, it's not supposed to be a place to make money. We have defined ministry to be a place. No hunger. Hunger. When you are hungry, sir, ma, when hunger hits you, you will receive sense. Hear me. There is difference between when you have food and you don't want to eat, and when you don't have food. How many of you know what I'm saying? When you are poor, you can eat 10 Congo of gari and you are still hungry. But when you are rich, when food comes to your table, you can pick little, sip little, and go. Because hear me, the achievement of a rich man is his satisfaction, not food. When you walk around and you know money in the bank, money on the way, money in process, money in progress, money by entitlement, you sit down, you don't even know whether you have not eaten for one day, because achievement is coming, productivity is coming, activity is turning to productivity. I'm hungry. Hunger for the right thing. Hunger. At your age, what you are hungry for is to be looking for women on social media. That's your hunger. I can tell you that your poverty will be more than your great-grandfather own. Hunger. There is a way you get serious with your life. You don't know who is gossiping you. Hunger. You are the one that is knowing who gossip you. But when your life is on the fast track and you are boiling, I don't choose to prove a point to anybody. This is my life, not your life. Hello? Am I too fast? Hunger for my future. Hunger for my future. I'm hungry for the future of my children, giving them the best education. Hungry, hunger. The Bible says, and Jesus was hungry. Hear me. You are too relaxed to be complacent in life. It's an invitation to poverty. Feeling you have arrived is one of the reasons you have not gone far. Hunger. Can I go further? Young men, you just make small million. Everybody will not hear word. One small million. 50 million, 10 million, 20 million. You will not be forming. You will not give your name. Ego Odiga Ogodu Jukutuku one. Just because of 20 million. There are people having 600 billion and they are working ordinary. You will kill yourself with this pride. Some of my young sons, because you pray, people fall under the anointing. Somebody does give you 10 million. You'll be saying, who are you, father? Which father? Which father? Which father? I got a future. You got a future by disrespecting people to climb up. Church is quiet. Am I too fast? Okay. I think I just need to give you some of these few things. Reasons why people are resultless. Why you see people that they don't have result in life. Number one, laziness. I dealt with the point on laziness. That when you are busy, you can't be lazy. And when you are lazy, you can't be busy. Work. Are factors affecting productivity. You must understand. Work. Make sure you don't sit down. Even though you are moving in a paramecium way, even though you are moving like a snail, as long as you are working. If you don't work, nothing will work. There's dignity in labor. Your work is your worth. You must understand it if they don't work. Laziness is the breeding ground why many things are not happening. Last 2 weeks, I tell you that sometimes I sit down with some civil servants. Some of them who are we have a lot of civil servants who have good perspective about how they feel the civil servant of our country and how they feel that certain institutions in this country should look like. When people report to office and all they do is to sit down at their table and to gossip, there is no job specification, there is no job definition. All they do is to sit down. We have those who are those I employed people here, some people here in the past, to be a staff, working staff of the church. We have one. For 1 week, we define the jobs. He will do nothing. And at the end of the whole month, he will tell you that, sorry, Papa, one thing. So the days he did not work, I minus it. Minus it. At the end of the whole month, the first time he got half salary, he came to meet me and was complaining. I said to him that as long as you continue, that's how you'll be getting half sick. Number 3 is over packaging without substance. Some of you, your packaging is more than your substance. Showing up, packaging things that does not have substance. Creating an impression rather than expression. Number 3 or 4. Pride of little achievement will kill your result. Every result you make should not make you relax. One great man said, do not relax at every risen height, because somebody is coming behind you to overtake you. Life in itself is competitive, and for you to go forward, there are healthy competition that increase productivity. Every now and then, your Samsung, your iPhone, your Mercedes-Benz are being innovative, bringing new model 2023, 2024. And when they bring the model, they package it, they brand it, then the price for that goes up and more money is generated. The difference between your Samsung phone, whatever you call it, and the new one that come is just little in importance. You must increase your virtue. You must increase your marketability for you to be marketable. Number 5, nomadic mentality. Thinking the greener pasture is there. If I go to Jamaica, if I go to America, there are people who are sojourners, traveling everywhere looking for money that they cannot wait patiently to have. Your church is not your problem. Abuja has never been your problem. Your problem is that what are you doing with the land of in the land of Abuja? What have you planted? Stop jumping. Don't farm here, and when it is time for you to harvest, you jump to another place. Wait patiently. Nobody is your problem. Hear me. If you cannot succeed in Nigeria here, it will be difficult to succeed in America. When you land America, you land UK, you land any land, they will not give you free food. You must work. That is why we see people here who cannot wash toilet here, but they are washing toilet in America. When you see anybody who have gone abroad, check them. It's difficult to part out with their $1. Do you know why? They know what they have gone through to produce that money. You see young men who have become nanny to elderly men. You can't do a maid job here, but in America, you will do. A young man came here. Hey. A young man came here. And when he came here, he gave me he said, Papa, I just want to bless you. I said, what are you doing for a living? And he smiled. He said, what I do for a living? I clean toilets, spray, and put sweets. One of this white country, when people come, I give them sweet and everything, they go, where they are going, they give me tip. And I say, huh? He said, with that, I built that house here in Benin. You are waiting for a white-collar job. You will wait still. In a country where rich are cycling their children to take all over the better jobs, then you think, you better start creating a job for yourself. He cleans toilet. And then you put sweets. You say, buy sweets. Just welcome me. You've seen some of them. You will not even know. They give you say, well done, sir. They run and open a place. You enter. By the time you are coming, they say, well done, sir. That's what they do. He said, sometime in 1 week, he makes close to $1,000 or $1,200. I said, like that? I say, yes. See, some of these rich guys, they just come, sometimes they just remove $100 and give to me and go. That is what he's doing. He said, but I know it cannot last forever. So I had to build a house here, and I'm trying to start my company. Hear me! You can't sit down and just be folding your hands and say things. A young man came here, have masters in this farming rice, strongly in Kaduna. Farming rice so much, sacking them, everything. You say, Pastor, you don't pray for me. You don't pray for me. Lazy man. All my prayer is wasted. You have turned to plantain chip. It's time. You can't hear me. Every time, federal government cannot employ more than what they can employ. Your country is owing debt. A lot is happening. Hey, you know this Europe country, they are wonderful. They are taking care. While we are waiting for Nigeria to become like them, help yourself. Because some of us might not even be alive to see the change of the kind of Nigeria we want. So change your life. Stop crying on the federal government. You are a federal government on your own. I'm sorry, I'm being hard. Hey, young ladies, we are not in the days where a man will just marry and put at home and begin to feed you. Even the man is trying to tie his trouser now. May your value be increased. I thought you were shouting that amen. Where? Can I go further? Can we read verse 13? And seeing the fig tree afar off, having leaves, he came in, if happily he might find anything thereon. And when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for the time of the fig tree is not yet. Let me give you 7 keys or 8 keys to productivity. Can help you to be productive. Number 1 is right vision. Jesus saw, if you don't see the right vision, you will lose your mission. Jesus saw a fig tree and felt the fig tree was producing, and he went towards the fig tree. There are people that look green. Packaging is what you are seeing. Stop focusing on people who have no result, but they look like they have result. The car is borrowed. The house, his snap picture, is one big man house in Maitama. They just, she stood by the gate and said, yeah, you know, in one few seconds you can snap picture. Yeah, and they write, my new house I have bought. Don't let people kill you. You will be running towards people who are not real. Their leaf is green, but there is no fruit. We are in a world where if you don't have the right vision, you become a locust. Anybody who is going faster, tell them, go ahead, I'm coming. No hurry in life. Because you can be in a hurry and you enter your grave. What is the to make themselves feel okay? Right vision. See it right. Know what you want. In the next 10 years, I will become like this. Don't compete people who are paid the price. I want to be Joshua Iginla. Can you pass through what Joshua Iginla passed through? One of my sons said, Papa is always thinking about himself. No, I should be thinking about you. Because I come to live for you. My mother was alive. My mother will tell us, hey, Nipami, there is a level where you get to, you drive. Hey, the Bible didn't say you should love your neighbor more than yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you pass more than yourself, you are a mumu. If I don't have, I don't have. If you don't love me, no problem. Hello? Some of you have given to people your last penny and they have laughed at you at the end. That's life. Hey! Sometimes you are the reason. When God rebuked me one day, I said, you are the reason why some people around you are poor. You are feeding their mental capacity to be poor. As long as they know if they come to you, they will get. They will never work hard to get. Should we not help? We should help. But when the help has become an entitlement mentality, cut it off. Right vision. Right vision. I pray for you. You will get the right vision. What do I mean? By now, you should write down your vision in the next 10 years, I will be a billionaire. If I start like this, that, and that, you must write the vision. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2. Let him that read the vision make it plain. Write it, make it plain. Let him that read it run with the vision. Run! Make it plain. Number 2, key for productivity is work. And work, I've taught you this: hard work, smart work, which is mental work, and network, what I cannot do, but we can join together and do it and make it work. Work. Young men, no food for a lazy man. If you are lazy, nobody will help you. I always tell you this story about my elder brother. He was at home and refused to go. He became a trouble. Every time my parents hold meeting, I'm there as a young man seeing the meeting, and they were holding meeting, conspiring to deal with him. My mother said, the trouble of this man is too much. My elder sister, they will hold meeting with my mother and say, we need to find a way out for him. When people begin to plan you because of your laziness, you are in trouble. You don't know, some of you don't know why all the doors are blocked. Rich Men Association, they have signaled themselves. If you come, don't give him money. If you come, when you go here, they say I don't have. You go here, they say I don't have. They have planned coup on your head because you are over lazy. The rich man you came to beg money for. Jesus. Look at the phone he's using. It's a normal phone. But look at your phone. It's the latest one. That's where I know you are a wicked man. Wicked man. You are begging me for money. My phone is 50,000. But your phone is less. It's not to beat a woman. It's the ability to provide for the woman at home. Number 3, key for productivity. Hear me. Sometimes hear me. Your association will determine your assimilation. Who you associate with. Open brackets, relationship. Relationship is a key for productivity. Because there are people you relate with. You will just discover that you will be 10 times better by virtue of knowledge, connection, and association. Don't associate with people who are complainers. If all your friends are at the same level with you, you are foolish as them. Look for people that will challenge your character, your ability, your potential. If all you people do is how you can sit down, our CEO is a bad man, he's a bad man, you are going to end up in poverty. You need people to challenge you. You need people that are better than you. Your cycle must not be at your... Hey, when grasshoppers are holding meeting against an eagle, it's because they don't know what it means to go high. They are flying at the periphery of life. When you are at the periphery of life and you are not up, you don't know what happens over gravitational force. The reason why you talk the way you talk, you have never been a governor, you have never been a president. When you get there, we will see what you will do. Hey, if I am married, you never marry. Keep quiet. You don't know what married women go through. Especially when they marry a stubborn man. The one where you know they hear word. The one where they never ever please him. No matter how you please him, he's complaining. You don't even know. A man that will wake you up around 12:30 to do akpu for him. And if you talk, you will say you will go to your father's house. So you have to start doing akpu. Around 12:30 in the morning. You will serve him with egusi soup. You say, no, it's ogbolo. Ogbolo. Are you hearing me? Ogbolo. Can I talk? You have never, If you don't understand the patience of a woman staying around the man, holding the man, treating him like a baby, sustaining marriage, you are still single. That's why you talk anyhow. When you see married women, respect them. With every government that come of the day, strike a deal and keep and honor the deal, and yet continue to be relevant. He's not the only businessman in Nigeria, but I want to believe there's the capacity to honor dignity in relationship. Relationship is wealth. Ordinary church here, you can't keep relationship with your own department member. You are in the bus, you are quarreling. You are fighting. Wrestler, Mike Tyson, mighty ego, Super D, Mama D, Mama Gray. Can I teach? Am I in a hurry? Am I helping you? My relationship. You want to leave people, you are fighting. You are insulting. Life is a mystery. You need people. Your enemy today can be your best friend tomorrow. Your best friend today can be your future enemy. Take life gradually. You don't need to spoil the ground. Emotions are visitors. Don't react the way you feel. Let your emotions go down. Then you will see that sometimes, just because you feel bad, it doesn't make it bad. I pray for you. You will not fail. Those who want you to fail, those who want you to fail, my God will disgrace them.